What's up, players? I see Shadow King's in here. My boy, Tyler. And my boy, Roman. What's up, guys? Today's episode 12. Can't do it tomorrow, so we're doing it on Tuesday. Plus, we had some spare time. Keen's helping me out today. And we got this guy. Fieri. Here he is. Hi. Yeah. Are you gonna help? Are you gonna warm up and do downward dog? He actually does do downward dog. It's pretty funny. Alright, so we want to warm up the spine. This is going to be all body weight today. Kind of like the other workouts, just different order. We want to start warming up the spine and what I call cat-cow pose. So a really good one. Everyone should be doing it, honestly. You got to show your spine some love. You're going to be in table position on the ground. So that hips are in line with your knees. I got it. And you want to push through your palms. Gotta be by the mic. Push through your palms so that you have that rounding in your back and you get that stretch in your back. Hold that for 3 seconds as you inhale, and then push your tailbone out back that way. And we want to do that for 8 reps. Hey, David Dushai, thanks, bud. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. So these are great just to warm up the spine, and actually if you do a couple sets of them every week, you actually can help strengthen the spine and your sacrum, all the muscles along your spine. And I also get a good stretch, as I push through my hands here, I get a good stretch right here on the lat. Inhale through cat. Exhale down to cow. Yeah, you can do about, I think I did about 9 there, but, oh, thanks for the resub, Paige. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, that's number 1. We want to go to a dynamic hip and hamstring warm-up. You're going to lean forward into a hip flexor stretch, just like this. So be stretching this one. And then you're going to push back, straighten your leg, and it'll stretch the hamstring. And we want to do 10 repetitions on each side. So we'll work on this side first. And then if you can put your fingers down to help balance on the ground. Oh, thanks. I worked hard on the stream setup. Appreciate it.
And with that subscription, each month gets you pick one of exercise of next workout. Thank you, P. Michelle. 18.
And no ads.
No ads. So submit those 3 workouts, P. Michelle 18, and we'll get them into the next workout.
If they're good.
We'll make them work.
You just choose a body part. Okay, one more here. So I like to do dynamic warm-ups versus a lot of static stretching, just to like prepare the joints and the muscles for the movements you're going to do during the workout. Hi, Biddy. So in this case, we're going to be doing a lot of hips and abs, lower back. Thanks, buddy. And it also will help loosen up the hamstrings for when we do squats and lunges today. If you can't touch the ground with your fingers like me, that's okay. You can kind of just do it like this. It just kind of helps stretch my back a little more by going down and increasing the stretch on the hamstrings. Looks like you're floating on magic carpet. Yeah.
I can show
That's
you
hilarious,
the
actually.
world.
A whole new world.
Hey.
So then we want to do a balance exercise, single leg remaining deadlift. So if you have a chair, if you have like bad balance on one leg, like if you can't hold this position for longer than probably 30 seconds, you probably want to hold on to something in front of you like a chair, and it would basically be like, picture me having a chair, I would just hold it there, and it would help me keep my balance. Or you could use like a wall or a pole that's like next to you, and you could still do it just by holding on. But if you want to challenge your balance, try to do it without anything. And what you want to do is hinge back like this, so my leg has a slight bend in the knee. I'm actually pushing my glutes back and keeping this back leg slightly bent. But you don't want to, turn your hips. You want to go straight back.
It's unnecessary, buddy.
What are you doing?
I'm watching you.
Does it look? You see it? You can't put it like that
Oh,
because the background gets messed up. You gotta just push it down like that. So you want to do 10 reps on each leg here. You can have your hands out front or out to the side. It helps you balance. And I actually set my foot back down just so I regain my balance slightly before I go to that next one. Switch sides. And you want to pull your abs in when you do this. You don't want to round your back and go straight down like that. You want to have a good posture. Puff your chest out, pull your abs in. Pull your shoulder blades back as you do it. Oops. If you lose your balance, I just will actually restart that rep. Just regain it. Just put your other foot down. And try it again. So you always want to get a good warm up in. What's up, Roman dude? Probably not working out this late, but that's fair. So then we want to do same kind of order we've been doing in the past workouts. 2 exercises back to back for about a minute of work each, and then we get a 20-second rest, and then we go through that for a few sets. So the first one's going to be squat with arms forward. Bodyweight squat. You want to have a wide stance, but have your toes pointed forward still, and because you want to engage the glutes. And if you're one that has a squat where you like lean forward a lot, that's excessive, but something like that, then what I want you to work on is just pushing these glutes back and doing more of a quarter squat and widen your stance so that you're not worried about going down and like leaning forward. But if you have a decent squat and you can get to a position like this, then we're all set. So you have your hands out front. We'll do a minute worth, and then we'll go to the ground. We'll do a Russian twist with no weight though. The thing is, if you don't have like any underlying issues like in your back or legs, and you can do it like ab workouts, you want to have your legs up, and you're gonna rotate across, pause at each position for a couple seconds as I pull my abs in the whole time. Or you can have your heels down and you'll just have to pause a little longer in each side. That's if you can't hold your legs up for that long, or if it kind of hurts your back a little bit. So we're gonna get started. Just gotta edit the rest periods here. Seconds. Okay, so for starting with squats, you can count your reps, but we're just doing a minute. Just nice and easy. You don't want to rush through it, so you don't lean forward. You don't want your knees to come forward. You're gonna push your butt back. Sit like you're sitting in a chair. 30 seconds left. And having your arms up front is just gonna work the shoulders a little bit and make it a little bit harder on the legs since we're only using body weight here. So then we want to go Russian twist. You can just leave it in the middle when we're doing that. You don't have to go up and down. It looks fine. Thank you. So, legs up if you can. Just want to work our obliques here, as well as our lower back and the muscles in your ab area, as well as a little bit of the hip flexors and the lower abs if you have your legs up. And this is 45 seconds on this one actually. $15 seconds. Five seconds. Nice and easy here too. And break. So I'm gonna do 20-second break here. Yeah, I can turn it up. Is that better? Should be better. And then we're back to squats. So you want to get a nice balanced stance. Remember not to turn your toes out and lean forward. 20 seconds left. You got this. Use those glutes. You don't need to go super low. As you can see, my butt's kind of stopping right in line with my knees. Keep the arms up. 5 seconds left. Nice. So, to the ground. I lost my dog assistant. We will continue on without him. He'll come back. He likes to sit on the yoga mat.
Sounds like he's getting a water break.
Oh, here he comes. What are you doing? What are you doing, bud? Did you work up a sweat in those first few sets there, bud? And break. So we can do one more round of those after another break. After this break. Then we'll move on. Pop, stop, pop. Hydrate. So then we're back to squats. Once again, if you're kind of leaning far forward, just work on pushing those hips back like this. You can also hold on to something in front of you, like a chair, like the back of a chair. If you have a really bad squat and you can't balance, or if you just have a really bad forward lean or your knees come forward. and that'll help you train your muscles to do a good squat. Nice. 20 seconds. Last one. Cool. Then last Russian twist. Keep the legs up if you can, otherwise have the heels down. Go. "15 seconds. This one we're doing 45 seconds on. It can be tough. If you want to do a minute, that's fine. But I'd recommend only 45. 3 seconds. Last rep. Alright, so then we're going to change it up. This is going to be a minute rest here while I sample the new one, or show you the new one. Well, it's not new. We did it last week too. You're going to start in plank position, work on hip mobility here, what I call kind of a Spider-Man walk, or Spider-Man climber. Reach forward into flexion, straight ahead of you, and as high as you can, while we're maintaining a flat back. And then bring your arm back down, and you're going to rotate across here into thoracic rotation. Bring that leg back, and you would switch sides. Then you would do reverse crunches on the floor. So this one's really going to kill the core of this circuit. I want to go nice and easy though. It's about as low as I want to go, like not too far past your hips here. Keep your knees kind of in line with your hips. And then I hold right there. And I'm doing it slowly. So that's how it's going to go. We're going to start in about 10 seconds here with the first one. And if you can't hold a plank for about a minute, you're going to want to do this one from modified position like this. And that would work just as well, but it's going to be a lot easier. So I prefer if you can do this one, but if you can't do a plank, then I'd want you to go to the modified one. And go. Try to stop at each motion though. Don't rush through these. Try to keep your butt down. I have to readjust my plank after I go back so that you're not here or with your butt too high. "20 seconds. Try to get one more each side. Alright, so then we go to reverse crunch for the abdominals. Just have a nice neutral back, keep it flat. Hands to the side, and go. Like I said, it's really going to burn you guys' abs today, but we all need it. If you have a strong abs, you're going to have a stronger lower back too, and muscles along your spine. And this really helps work the lower abs while maintaining a neutral spine so it can be a lot better for your neck than like a traditional sit up or a crunch if you do them. A lot of people do those wrong. And they kind of force your way up. But it'll work your uppers and your lowers here. You got 10 seconds. Know what kind of burn? It's also going to burn in the hip flexors a little bit. You can straighten your legs to kind of offset that and cross them like this if you want. And break. And round 2, starting back, the Spider-Man climber to arm raise to thoracic rotation right here. Just giving that spine some love today. Working on mobility of our thoracic spine as well as our hips. And since I have this set up in intervals with like short rest periods, it's also going to challenge your cardiovascular system more, work on endurance. But hopefully you guys do these workouts. I've already had my friend Tyler tell me that his mobility has improved from doing them, and his chiropractor agrees. So it is legit workouts if you do them. Help strengthen your abs. Help strengthen your hips. Last one. And get you sweating, hopefully. Turn over on the back, reverse crunch. Try to inhale and you're lowering your legs. Exhale and hold it here. If your abs are burning, keep it going, don't quit. Ten seconds. This one's gonna be a burner. If anyone's having kind of discomfort in their lower back, you could skip the leg lifts and just do the first one, because I don't want anyone getting hurt here. But if it feels alright, go for it. Just want to do them slow. Let's go back to the top. And if you're having trouble holding the plank, you can drop down to this and continue the exercise. Still work on the same muscle groups there. Up to plank and go. Also could be this is a good example of like a dynamic, you could use this as a dynamic warm-up. We're using it as a strengthening exercise, but you could also use it in the beginning. Last set, everybody. Keep going. You got 15 seconds on this. Do one more set of leg reverse crunches, then we're going to get a long break. Finish this side up. And switch over to your reverse crunch, baby. This one's really gonna burn the abs, but don't give up. If you can't do the full minute, that's alright, but don't cheat the movement. Try to breathe through it. "15 seconds. I started this one before the timer too, so I'm really getting a good set in here. Last one here. Hold it, slow on the way down. Alright, so let me get a minute break here. Next one is going to be a hinge arm raise, and it's kind of a complex movement. We're going to do a couple different things, and then we'll go to a plank. So I'll show the plank first. You're going to be, this is after you do the other one, 45 seconds like this. Forearms right under your chest, and you want to be nice and straight. Squeeze the glutes. And then the other one, you're going to be in a hinge position like this. We're going to start back here. You're going to engage your lats here. This is called extension. We're going to hold that 15 seconds, and you go forward. Hold that, and then we'll go up. And then we'll go into W position where you pull down like this, squeezing the shoulder blades back. And then we'll reset. So starting with that first one there. You want to push your weight back like you're, in my stances, my feet are about shoulder width apart. You want to push your weight back towards your butt so your weight's more on your heels, like probably 70-30. Not so much on my toes or mostly on my heels. Otherwise, you know, you're going to be like this. You want to push back. You're going to have your arms out front now. And pull your abs in. Keep a nice strong core here. And arms up. We're going to work the upper and lower body here. So keep that lower body strong. You should feel the hamstrings. You should feel your core working. And W. Keep squeezing. So then we go to a plank on the ground there. Watch out, buddy. Just do, if you can't do a full 45 seconds, that's okay, do what you can. But if you want to challenge yourself, let's go. I could have been mean instead of minute, but I think 45 is more practical. Then you can always work up. If the 45 is too easy for you, then work it up to a minute. And if you can't quite do 45, you know, do 30 seconds, take a 10-second break, and try to go up for the last 5 seconds or something like that. Just so you increase your strength. Planks are really great to build core strength without having a lot of movement in your spine. And it's more of a active, it's more of a passive exercise because there's no movements in the joints, but we're engaged. And break. So, you know, your glutes are squeezing. Your abs are definitely isometrically contracting, and your arms. But also your lower back, you know, has to work. So it's a great full body movement. And then we're gonna have a 20-second break. Get some water. H2O. Let's do it. Starting from the top, you're going to be hinge position, arms back. Push your weight towards your heels so you get a stretch in the hamstrings here. And forward. And all the way up. This is the tough one. You might feel a little pressure on this one, but it'll help mobility of your flexion up here, as well as works the lower back and the thoracic spine. Then you're going to go to W. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Keep holding that. Once again, it kind of looks like this position here. I'm still pushing back my hips. Keep holding it. Hold a couple more seconds. And release. Then we do another plank. And go. I like to keep my feet together on this one. I'll help you stay strong. And don't have your arms too far forward or too far back. I have them right under my shoulders, right under my chest, so we keep our center of gravity close to us. And 3 seconds here. Release. Nice, we're sawing through this. Another 20-second break, and we're going to do that one more time. Then we got one more set of exercises, then we got a short cool down stretching period. So it should be good. Hope everyone's getting a good workout. I definitely am. Okay. So I'll start here. And then arms forward. And up. W. Last set, keep holding it. Stay strong in the lower body and the abs. Release. And plank. Last plank here, just finish strong. Ten seconds. And release. So we're going to be done with that pair. The last two, it's going to be bird dogs, but with an added thoracic extension. So you're basically bringing your elbow up here to your knee and then go back into bird dog, so we're not switching sides. And you want to hold that position here. You don't have to touch your elbow all the way to your knee. You might not have the flexibility, but you can tuck your chin down, tighten the core, go back up. So that's going to be the second one. And the other one's going to be reverse lunge. So be here. You want to get a good big step back. And then if you can do this, then I want you to lift the arms up as you do it. And ideally, you're going to be pushing off this back foot to drive you forward again. So we're doing 30 seconds each leg there. So we're going to start with the lunge. Nice big step. Drop that back leg. And then arms up, and then I'm going to push forward. Same leg back. If you can't do a reverse lunge, you can, or with the arms up, you can just have them down, but I do want you to challenge yourself. It might just take you a few reps till you get the flow. Lunges are one of the best strengthening exercises for your legs, as well as your core switch legs. And then the added arm raise we're doing here is just going to help work the mobility of your shoulders and your upper spine. Last one. So, 20-second break. Good job, everybody. Had better views tonight, that's good. We're getting fit on a Tuesday night, let's do it. So, then we're going to go to bird dogs. So I'm going to start here, kick all the way back, and then you come to this position here. I want you to do about 10 each side. That'll be about just over a minute of work. And switch if you got about 10. First one will be a little goofy when you switch, but then it should be alright. Just make sure you get your leg straight here. You want to work on that extension of the hip. Activate the glutes. It's also going to work on your rotary stability, basically your coordination. Great one for kind of opening up the hips and activating weak muscles on the back side of your body. And we're gonna take a small break here. We'll go back through, starting with reverse lunge. And we got 2 more rounds. Let's do it. So big step back, hips down, arms up, push off that back leg. Probably get about 5 to 8 reps, 5 to 10 reps each side. But we're going to change here. Big step back, reach up. If you got to do a little double take behind you, that's alright. Make sure you watch where you step. Pets might sneak up behind you and trip you. I've had that happen when I was working with a client. Dog snuck up behind me as I was doing these. Last one. And we're gonna go to bird dog with thoracic extension. So try to start on the opposite side you started with last time. And try to get like 8 to 10 reps, just over 30 seconds each side. I've heard it called T-spine before. Switch sides for me. Basically short for thoracic spine. Oops. Hand break. Hope you guys like my gym. Got a bouncy ball. Oh, bouncy ball. Some TRX straps. Would be a pretty sick gym, actually. So last set of those. Reverse lunge. And reverse lunges tend to be a lot better on your knees too, versus a forward lunge. And switch sides. Five seconds left. Try to get 2 more reps. Last one. Cool. Last set of bird dogs. And go ahead. Try to get 8 to 10 each side, nice and slow. If you're having trouble with the crunch part, you could just do a bird dog and hold it a little longer. Nice. So then we're going to cool down. Save that workout. First one's going to be, we're going to start in table, go back into downward dog, and then go into what's called cobra, so that we stretch our abs and our spine. So I'll demonstrate real quick. A little bit of a yoga flow. Yoga flow with Logan. We do an inhale here, up to plank, and then you're going to push back into downward dog if you can. And we're going to hold that 15 seconds, and then I would go back here, plant all the way down. Then you want to push your glutes to the floor, your hips to the floor, and stretch your abs and your spine here. And we'll stay in there for a couple breaths. Then we'll do it 2 times through. So we're going to start here. Big inhale, exhale. You're going to go transition to plank, and then ease back into downward dog so you get a stretch in the hamstrings all the way down to the calf. And just breathe. You don't actually want your heels touching the ground. They're going to be slightly up off the floor. And then walk back to here. And then you're going to go exhale as you move up to cobra. And then just breathe normally here. And you want to push your hips into the ground actively. And then back to table. Just relax your hands. You can sit on your feet or stand up or sit on your side. We'll do that one more time. So we're going to go 1 breath here. Transition to plank, downward dog. If you want, you can push one heel to the ground, lift the other up, kind of have a slight bend in the knee, like this. And then transition back down here. And then up to this position here. So, then we got 90 hip stretch. It's not really a good name for it. We just basically have our hips at 90 degrees. Okay, so one's like this. I want to push that hip into the ground. So kind of a right angle in both of them. Basically your knees in line with your ankle, and then the knees straight up from the hip, and then the same thing on this side. So push your hips into the ground, lean towards this forward leg. Here we go. And we want to hold that for 20 seconds here. Actively push your hips into the ground. That'll help increase the stretch. So then transition slowly. Keep that position with your legs, but you're going to lean back. And it'll change the stretch to more of your hip flexor here. So first one, you're going to gotta feel on the opposite side, your front leg, on the side of the glute, the lower back area. And this one, you're going to feel more in the hip flexor. And in the kind of the part right here, inner thigh. And then we want to relax and switch legs. So, go like that. Make sure this position is right. Then we want to lean forward. Push your hips into the ground. And we want to get a stretch on the front leg, on the side of the hip. Kind of your gluteus medius and your IT band, TFL area, all the external rotators of the hip. And then it kind of up into, if you can get forward enough, it'll go to your the side of your lower back area. So yeah. Then we want to move to this position back here. Now stretch the hip flexor on this side. And relax. So when you guys are stretching, a couple rules of thumb there is you want to hold it for a significant amount of time. You don't want to do it for 4 or 5 seconds to even 10 seconds. Call it good. Give the muscle time to feel that stretch. There's actually organs that monitor the amount of stretch that is put on the muscle, and by holding stretches longer, you actually work on increasing the flexibility of them because you're working those organs, muscle spindles and Golgi tendon organs. Bleh. So if we just hold something for 5 seconds, it really doesn't give time for the muscle to, for the organs to sense that, and you won't get a lot of adaptions from that. So you want to hold it 30 seconds, maybe 20 if it's really intense, all the way up to like a minute. And I usually repeat it twice. So with that, we want to do the pigeon pose next. This is going to be the last stretch. You want to cross your one leg over the other, like this, okay? And you're going to get a stretch in the glute. Now we want to hold it for like 30 seconds. And if you can, reach out in front here. It's kind of like a modified child's pose. So my head's going to be going down to my navel like this. And we want to hold that for at least 20 more seconds. So if you want to increase your flexibility and eventually increase your mobility because you'll be more flexible, then you should start stretching a couple times a week. It doesn't even have to be days. It doesn't have to be long sessions, 5-10 minute sessions, or something like that. And you want to hold each pose for an extended amount of time, and also do them after workouts. And to kind of increase the stretch, I bring my back leg farther back, and that'll help increase the stretch right here. So 10 more seconds here. And relax. Sweet. So you want to do about a minute of work for each, except for the planks and the Russian twist. Those are 45 seconds. Do 3 times through. Do a dynamic warm-up of your choice. Like maybe you just go for a 5-minute walk and then you do the workout, or you can do the stuff that I did with you guys. And then definitely do a cool down at least 5 minutes, up to like, it can be as high as like 10 if you want it to be. It consists of a lot of like stretching and trying to bring down our heart rate and our breathing rate. So yeah, that's the mobility circuit I got for you guys. I'm gonna be posting up on YouTube. I'll probably be doing the workout next Wednesday or Tuesday. I might be switching days, so we'll have to see how that goes. But thanks y'all for tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend. Send me a message if you have any questions. Thanks. See ya.